action.
What's going on out there, YouTube? What's up, my college football fans? It's your man, Hollywood Sports. If you are new to my channel, thank you for clicking on my video and welcome to Hollywood Sports. As you can see, we are here to talk about wear and tear in college football 25. You know, managing situational and making decisions on wear and tear is very, very critical, guys. If you look at the chart up here, we're talking about Donovan Edwards, halfback from Michigan, and you see his risk of injury. We see his wear and tear impact. We look at his left shoulder. Okay, his break tackle is a -3, his catch is a -3, and his carry is a -2. So when you see this stuff, you have to make a decision, a critical decision based on his health right now. You see his right leg damage, slight damage, and you see his left foot with slight damage. Okay, so when you see these numbers, you have to make a decision. And not only make a decision based on what you're looking at right here as far as his health, you might have to look at his ratings, guys. When we talk about his toughness rating, his injury rating, right? His strength, his jumping, stiff arm, tracking, other ratings that may be considered in making a decision. We're talking about his mentals, his headstrong. Right now, his mental abilities is headstrong and road dog. Okay, look at his physicals. Shifty, sidestep, taking off, a 360, and a recoup. So his recoup may help as far as recouping on his injuries, guys. His wear and tear injuries, which is real slight right now. And I think you don't want, well, it's up to you. It all depends. Every decision is going to be different for a different coach on different teams for different players, and where the impact on his body is, the injury impact, the wear and tear impact on his body is. So every decision you make is not going to be the same for every player, obviously, right? So there's a lot going in. See, we have to learn how to get good at managing and making proper decisions on wear and tear. And it's not going to be just for a series or just for a game. It could be for the whole season, right? You also have to look at your depth chart. Okay, you got to look at your depth chart. Who's behind him when you make that decision? Okay, you see his overall at the top. You look at his ratings, you look at his mentals, and you look at his physicals. But obviously, we're looking at his health right now, as you see at the top of his profile right here, right? So you have to look at those and making the decision. And you can't take long to make a decision. Obviously, at this point, I will at least take him out for maybe a series or a couple of plays to see how the wear and tear system measures up. How long does it take him to heal up from those slight injuries, right? That slight, I wouldn't say injuries, I say slight wear and tear. The risk of injury increases as he gets from slight to high to severe, right? So we want to avoid injuries. We got to avoid injuries. It's gonna depend on, are you winning? Are you losing? Right? What if his wear and tears get to a certain point, even if it's only slight? Why leave him in the game if you're winning? Take him out. He's got to perform again next week. He's got to perform in practice. Take him out. Let him rest. Let him heal, right? So there's a lot of variables when it comes to making decisions on wear and tear on your players. When you talk about winning and losing, but what about your play calling? Maybe you can take him out for a few plays or a series and do more passing. Maybe you can call more passing plays in that situation. So there's a lot of decisions you can make, guys. You know, maybe you can have a 1-2 punch at halfback, right? They do that all the time in football, 1-2 punch. It takes the load off of one person. So again, that goes back to your depth chart. How good is your depth chart? People coming up behind them. So recruiting, it's not just recruiting for ratings, guys. You got to recruit for mentals. You got to recruit for physicals. And the only way to find out what those are when you're on your recruiting board, you got to get those guys like up there almost to 100% scouted to get as much information as you can. So when you get to your recruiting board and you're doing your scouting and you're trying to pitch them and close them, and I forgot all four of them, decision, pitch, and close, or something like that. You got to evaluate their mentals, guys, their health, right? Their physicals, their mentals, not just ratings, not just star ratings either. Because when it comes down to it, they're going to have to help you out when it comes to managing their wear and tear, their toughness. Okay, again, we go to their ratings, their toughness. What about their injury, their strength, their jumping, stiff arm, tracking? We gotta look at those type of numbers too in their ratings and their grades as we're scouting these guys, as we're recruiting these guys, right? You can't just go by star ratings, guys, or high rated guys. We want to do that, but hey, man, you got to go a little bit deeper to build a dynasty, a healthy dynasty. So you can have a 1 or 2 punch at halfback. Every game will surface probably new decisions. You might make a decision one game for that player. You may have to make a different decision the next time he plays, or your tight end, or your I can imagine making decisions for your quarterback. You better have a good depth chart at quarterback, man. You can't just say, "Oh, my second string, he doesn't matter." Oh, yes, he does. Your depth chart matters, baby. How deep your depth chart is matters in this game. Managing wear and tear is something that will never, ever end in your dynasty. And so, to me, a key is become a good coach at managing and making decisions on wear and tear in your dynasty, because it's going to affect you all year long, guys. That's why the title was Managing and Making Situational Decisions on Wear and Tear. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Hollywood Sports. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next video.